recording?
Yeah. Good thing I caught that. Good thing I caught that. You remember last time I pressed it or we started and didn't even record? Sheesh. Welcome back to It's a Treat When Players Meet podcast, starring your host, Prince the P, the P, the P, the P, the P, the P, the P. Episode, it's been 5 months. I ain't gonna lie, man. It's been episode 46. I'm gonna call this one Holiday Talk. As you can see, Millie's in the cut. You know, she hasn't been on the podcast for a cool minute, but we back at it. You know what I mean? So I want to apologize to, like I said before, all my viewers, all my people from Asia, all around the world, the country, all that's been downloading my stuff. You know, I apologize, man. I just been, it's okay to take some time out to get in the field. You know what I mean? Get in the field. You know what I mean? Because I had to take some time off to put in some footwork, and set a demonstration. You know what I mean? But now I'm back. So, it's okay to, take some time out, and to yourself when you're on social media, you know what I mean? You've been on TikTok all damn day, all month, all year. Take some time out. Take some time out on social media, you know what I mean, and really put in that footwork, it's just not all talk, because I know I'll be talking on the podcast, but I literally had to take some time out to set a demonstration, you know what I mean, and put in that footwork, So, yeah, now we back at it, man. Episode 46, man. Can't stop it. Yeah, so this episode is going to be called Holiday Talk. And of course, I got my lovely assistant, Millie's in the of course people are going to think that's weird, a lovely assistant. Gonna assistant. Yeah, your shorty's supposed to be your assistant, man. Millie's another assistant, but she just snacks and eats and does a bunch of stuff, poop, sleep, but that's still assisting.
This is crazy though.
Mm.
It's crazy with Millie just chilling.
Yeah, literally.
She's like old.
Yeah, you gotta pull the mic closer. It's good close. Yeah. So, yeah, we're calling this Holiday Talk. I'm gonna name this Holiday Talk because, during holiday season, and I hope everybody's been having a good end of the year and has been staying focused, grinding. I hope everybody's been working out as usual. Don't when I'm laying in bed, booty naked. What muscles do you like to grab?
Your arms.
My arms. You like you want? Yeah, you be grabbing them. Like you be rubbing them into my chest and everything. So I'm saying that because if you're not working out, yo shorty gonna up and leave your ass if you haven't been working out and rubbing on somebody else's arms and chest. Best believe. I'm being dead serious on that. Cause you like doing that. You randomly grab my chest and arms. I'm just trolling. But yeah, no, on a real note, I hope everybody's been working out, running miles, still running miles and pushing that weight and challenging yourself, because that is a really big part of elevation. That's literally the secret. Number one, and get some good gloves too, because my hands been messing up. Definitely. So invest in some good gloves, man. Definitely. And yeah, stay ready so you ain't gotta get ready, man. Stay sharp, stay on point as always, So let's get into it. That was the base right there. Continue to work out. If you guys haven't been working out, you guys, hey, that's y'all bad. That's y'all fault trying to be up or be just walking around these motherfucking, you know what I mean, and not being ready for war because you obviously we're at war. You know, it's wartime. You know, go to war with yourself. But yeah. So yeah, let's get into it, man. So holiday talk. Let's get into it. So holiday season coming around the end of the year. You know what I mean? There's one big thing. You know, if you spent, I want to say this: if you spent holiday season by yourself, it's okay. It's okay. Like there's people out there that definitely spent their holiday season by themselves, and it's all right, man. You know, or girl, you know, man or girl, man or woman. It's okay, because at the end of the day, you know, uh, you gotta just focus on your goals, focus on yourself, making yourself better, you know, and continue to elevate, and everything's all right, you know. At the end of the day, you gotta think like I'm okay, you know. This is real talk, cause like there's people out here that really spend holiday season by themselves, and that's kind of like make you feel some type of way, like Thanksgiving, Christmas, you know, Hanukkah, or I don't know, different stuff. So, yeah, but on that note, and if you do spend the holiday season with your family, you know, hey, you know, have a good jolly cheer, you know, family gathering. You know what I mean? Definitely. And don't beef with family. Don't beef with family. Definitely 100% don't beef with family because for one, tomorrow's never promised. For one, and yeah, you never know what family is going through. So friends, family, so take the time out to obviously check up on your people, of course, and take the time out to do that. But one thing for sure, one thing for certain, don't beef with family because I know that's a big thing that goes on in families and stuff, like beef, and steak, and chicken, and pork. Bet not eat no pork. Y'all bet not eat no pork out there. I'm telling you, don't eat no pork, man. Pork is not it. Why? Just cause. Just don't eat that shit. But yeah, don't beef with family, man, because at the end of the day, tomorrow's never promised. You never know what family is going through. You know, because what I was thinking about when I was working out, I was like, because my mind always when I'm working out, like there's so many people in this world, right? There's like billions of people in this world. So one thing my pops, my dad will always tell me is don't beef with your family. You don't go to war with your family. You know, go to war with the world, and that just hit me a lot. And I know, when you got that cousin that you want to fight, Thanksgiving coming over, or or your brother, or uh, uh, aunties going at it, or like families have that shit going on. Like all family has drama. Every every family has drama. Every literally every family has drama. But one thing I vowed to not do when I got older was to not have that, because growing up, I'm not gonna lie, my family isn't perfect, for sure not, 100% not. We was on the phone with auntie. She was, she's gamed up. you know, it's life, you know? Family is, you know, that's family. That's how it go, you know? So, but I know some people could get like so caught up into life, money, work, other, you know, when you go out into the world and getting, you know, in certain situations, road rage, or, you know, getting into it with the employee, or, you know, your boss, or, you know, your, whatever the case may be, school, sports, you know, like I really think that, you know, and I had this conversation with you. I was like, has moms ever did anything? Has pops ever did anything? Has bro ever did anything? And I was, and then I was like, has my pops ever did anything? My mom's, you know, at the end of the day, no. You know, to the point where it's like they try to ruin your life. But I know there's families out there that nigga that they try to ruin your life. You know what I mean? Like there's family out there like, damn, like there's that weird uncle that booty warrior, you know, or some weird shit, you know, the weird shit, or even like not on that level, but other weird shit, you know. I know there's that part, and you know that draws a line, you know, disrespect. But if it's never been on that level, you know, I really think that, you know, family is should be off limits, you know, for sure. Family should be off limits, you know, 100%.
You should just let it go. Like, literally, because you never know when you're going to die. You know,
Yeah.
that's literally my biggest fear. Like, not being able to, like, make amends with somebody before they die.
And you know, my mom will always tell me that, you know, because you know she lost her mom, you know, and you know, we lose family. You know, I lost cousins young. You know, I've lost uncles young, same age as my, you know, same age as 40s, early 40s. So, you know, I know some people haven't been in that situation, or you know, if you have it, you know, you may forget, but yeah, you know, I really think like people really get caught up into like, oh fuck you.
Literally.
I hope you fucking die, or hope you go to jail, or I hope you ruin your fucking life. And it's like, bro, I could go to sleep and not wake up.
Like, that's, like, exhausting. Like, isn't it just exhausting to, like, be mad at people and hold grudges?
Honestly, I had this conversation. I was like, I've never been the type of person to get into other people's business, you know, or been the type of person to like just have that negative energy and create a dark cloud on somebody, you know? Because I know damn well I wouldn't want that on myself, you know? But, you know, shout out auntie, you know, we have to pray for these type of people. You know, you don't wish bad on these type of people. Millie, you ruined the chair, man. Don't ruin my chair. Pick a spot. Pick so yeah, so yeah, I really think that, man, because you know, you gotta give family some leniency too, especially the OGs as well. I was thinking about that because you know my like pops for example, you know, like you could let her downstairs if she's crazy. Um, you know, pops for example, like or any other OG, like they've been through it, you know. So motherfucker might have PTSD, also all types of shit, you know. They might have some all types of shit, you know. So you know, you gotta give like people leniency, you know, as long as they ain't no putting hands on type shit, you know. I think leniency is like a big thing, you know, for sure. But I was thinking about that, you know, and you know, if you have negative people in your family that are just negative, you know, I'm not religious, you know, I don't really talk about religion on here, but shout out the game gods, you know, or uh what's it called? Allah, you know, Jesus, or Christianity, or you know, shout out to Utah, Mormon, you know, you know, you have to really think about these people and have good energy towards these people because they're going through things, you know. They're really, really, really going through things. So I know, you know, the homie, the homie know about I ain't gonna say his name and shit, but the homie, you know, family, you know what I mean, said some crazy shit. I ain't gonna lie, the homie, like, but he's such a cool dude. He kept it so cool, and you know, he's really, really genuine, and you know, he takes care of, you know, people, you know, but you know, shorty's motherfucking nigger, like out of pocket, you know, said some out of pocket shit, you know. No, I'm just saying, you know, the homie know what's up, but you know, chopping game with him, he was like, man, woo, Pop said this to me, bro, and it's like I take care of, you know, woo whoop, and I take care of, you know, and he keeps it solid, you know, but I really think how to handle these situations is to stand tall and continue to set a demonstration, you know. But I know, you know, sometimes it gets the best of you. You get angry, you know. You could put it into music, you know, say some crazy shit in the music, or you know, do a podcast, or hit the gym, you know, or you know, because people really don't have these outlets, you know, and the people that are going through shit don't have outlets, you know. Like I really, really genuinely think they don't have outlets. That's why they do things, you know. Like it's really like that out here, cause you know, just how to that's it's tough. It's tough maneuvering with family, man. It's tough maneuvering with people. Period, though, you know. So, um, yeah, I really think you just got to keep it player, you know. Like I said, you got to put on that player hat, and you know, just you know, have a have a good sense of just emotional intelligence. Definitely, because I think everybody going through it right now, man. You know, I don't care what the situation looks like. You could be going through shit, man. You could be looking clean, Mr. Clean, and all this stuff, and you could be going through it. You know, definitely. You never know what people are going through, man. So definitely be mindful because it could be their last straw. Literally, literally, it could be their fucking. What if you going through some shit, right? But what if you doing some shit to somebody, saying some bad shit, right? And not even knowing what the situation is. You not even knowing what the situation is, but you,
Joking around, thinking it's funny to be like mean, say mean stuff to people
yeah, yeah,
when like they're going through it.
yeah,
Like it's not funny, and you never know when it's
yeah.
like you said, the last straw.
Last straw. What if you see it on TV all the time,
Like they're
motherfucker?
just like holding it together.
What if a motherfucker just come through and just fuck it, like fuck it, just fuck everybody, you know? So you got to be very, very mindful, man. Like this shit is no joke, man. This shit is no joke at all. So yeah, holiday talk, end of the year, coming up on a new year. You know, like I said again, I apologize to everybody. It took some time out, you know, but it's okay to take time out, man. Hey, Millie, stop. It's all right to take time out. You got to do what you got to do, you know? Focus up. Focus up. So, just so Yeah, man. Like, but I'm saying this holiday talk because some families just some people in our family just ain't right. Just ain't right. You know, it's not right. You know, and wishing bad on people when and it's just crazy. I think it's really really crazy, man. But if you have this type of situation going on, because I know there's a lot of people in the world and a lot of people have similar situations. I really think that you should just be patient, slow down, and be emotionally intelligent, and of course, set a demonstration and lead like a leader. You know, don't. Also, I want to say too though, because a lot of people go through stuff right, and then they want to beat themselves up. And they want to drink and they want to smoke or do drugs. This is a real thing. And I really think that you shouldn't do that just because, we're strong 100% because I've been in situations where it's like shit, you know, rock bottom, and I would say that the most important thing is to stay strong, keep your head up, young black man, keep your head up, white woman. That's what Martin Luther King died for. Martin Luther King died for this. I told you this shit the other day. Shout out the interracial couples too, man. You know, Asians, the Mexicans, all that shit, man. You're going, you're standing for something that's like just crazy. It's crazy. You know. So when the holiday seasons come over, come by, you may have a situation and they, may feel some type of way, but you're breaking the barrier, for sure. 100%. You're being that percentage. You're being that difference, that change, and that's what it takes to have a better world, And whatever you doing too, though, whether if you're chasing your goals, your dreams and stuff, and people don't believe in it, people think you you're up to something weird, and you're literally not up to nothing weird, and it's just it's just like you're climbing the hill and you're changing your altitude, and a lot of squares don't understand. You got to keep the squares. That's why they say keep the squares out your circle. You know what I mean? It's not their fault to understand, entrepreneurship, and it's not their fault to understand that you're doing something different to get different outcomes. That's a fact. So as long as you have good ethics and morals and you're treating yourself well, I think that's the biggest thing, Meaning, like, if you're out here just doing drugs or trying meth or crack, you know, because a lot of people, that goes back to having leniency on people. The OGs are people, because at the end of the day, it's like they didn't understand that once you put the drug in your vein, you lose your game, and that's a proven fact. I've always been scared of that shit, honestly, but that's the name of the game. Like, once you put once you put the drug in your vein, you lose your game. So your mind will be altered to a different type of level, or whether if it's abusing alcohol, whatever, and losing yourself. So you have to be very lenient on these type of people, and many other different situations. Some people aren't strong enough to go through situations, and you know, they made it out. They were strong enough to make it out and do something, do something different. So yeah, you gotta, like that goes back to being lenient, for sure. So yeah, man. I hope I'm not bouncing all over the place because we're getting back to it. Holiday talk, how to deal with family. How to keep the momentum going. How to stay positive. How to understand situations. And also another thing too, though. Don't be scared to, you know, well, you ask for advice from people, from outside sources, but you gotta be like very, 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 very. You gotta be very. You gotta be very smart. I ain't gonna lie, because it's like you have to know. You have to decide what is what. Like you have to eat the steak and spit out the bone. You got to eat the meat and spit out the bone. Because a lot of people got some good. You know what I mean? Game. But you got to be like. You have to trust your intuition. Definitely have to trust your intuition. It's just like knowing what type of motives people have, or what secret intentions people have, or what type of feelings people have towards you. You definitely have to be like that. But since you guys are subscribed and stuff, and tapping in, so you're my family, so trust nobody. So definitely trust nobody. But also maneuver in a way to where you could get game slash knowledge and use it to your advantage. You get what I'm trying to say? Yeah. Because yeah, it's a cold world, man. And this is ice. Yeah. I have so much to talk about. Coming back into the podcast game. It's like a little bit different coming back after 4 or 5 months. Definitely. So yeah, man. But we here. We keeping it going. We here, and then make sure you subscribe too, because I'm gonna have some special guests coming on soon. Even probably someone uh you know chopping it up, changing it up. Because we could take this many different ways. We could take the sports podcast, we could health workout podcast, horse barrel racer podcast, music. We could talk about plants. This is a portal.
That's what we should do.
Hmm.
We should rate people at the NFR.
Definitely, we could do that. That'll be hard. But we changed the interface. But now we gotta just figure out. We elevating. We elevating. I wanted to get another camera, but my brother, he had the other camera, so I'm glad that we got that view, the 2 camera view. So it's got to add on. It's elevation. It's elevation. We steady elevating, man. So no negative energy. Value intuition. Know how to maneuver with family on holidays. Hey, pray for the negative people. It's not their fault. It's not their. It's not their. I mean, why should you care what other people think about you? Like literally, family. Who gives a fuck? Honestly, me, I honestly don't give a fuck. Honestly, don't give a fuck. Because at the end of the day, it's like, as long as I'm keeping it 100, I'm keeping it 100. And we all know what 100 is. Shout out Nipsey. So yeah, no, man. Should add on a caller. Definitely should add on a caller or something. Huh? I don't know. You think so?
Yeah,
You think so?
10 o'clock.
I mean,
We're being weird. Update being weird.
it's the weird hour. Yeah, so yeah, no, I pretty much touched on all the bases though. But I'm definitely gonna use this and chime in with people and do something different.
You don't have to get it all out today.
You don't. You think you could you could build a brick by brick by brick. 1% better every day, you know. But that's the most important thing I wanted to tell people though. You know, holiday season and you know how to maneuver with family, you know, because I know that you know me personally, my family isn't perfect, and I could only imagine your family isn't perfect. So you know, no family is perfect. So I don't want you to feel like, damn, like you know that's how it's supposed to be. You know, that's how it's supposed to be. That's how life is. You know, whether if your parents aren't together or you ain't close with your siblings or your parents are anything. It could be anything, man. It's family. It's how family is, man. But how do you, like I said, how you maneuver with that is you keep it solid with yourself. Because at the end of the day, you keep it solid with yourself, everything will handle itself. Meaning, like, you take care of yourself. You're working out. You're reading. You're not harming yourself. You're not drinking excessively, doing drugs. You know, you're saying positive affirmations to yourself in the mirror. You're treating people good. You know, you're understanding. You're understanding. You know, because you know a lot of people really ain't gonna understand this game. This is high level game. So, you know, this is a square world. You know, it's a square world. So if you obtain game and if you're working towards a goal and you know you're doing things different, whether if it's a podcast or music or chasing the barrel racing dream, or you know you want to be an actor or a model or you know a Broadway dancer or a videographer or a professional, the president or space, go to the moon, or you know become a doctor, whatever it is, you know. So it's only a few select, you know.
Literally. And I think that if you're like so focused on somebody else's life, you should look within your own life and be like, what am I lacking? Like, what do I want to do?
That's true.
Like, stop putting so much energy into watching other people and judging other people.
Yeah.
Like, literally put that energy into yourself.
Yeah. And like Aunt Jackie said, because I was talking to my auntie, you know, and it just goes back to that, you know, shout out that girl to them that Let Them book. It's not my problem. You know, at the end of the day, it's like if my brother wanted to do something and, you know, yeah, I could tell him shit, but it's like at the end of the day, it's literally out of my hands, you know? You just gotta let them, you know? For sure, 100%, you know? But yeah, because it's literally at the end of the day, it's like once you hit that motherfucking grown age, it's like you better figure it out, but you also better fucking not do no dumbass shit, you know. and that comes with, um, of course, having good mentors and you know but also if you don't have people like a mom or dad or something, holiday season, whatever type shit, like I said, man, like you really, really have to be hella smart and decide what's what and who's who. But don't trust shit though. Don't trust nobody. But um, you gotta be like, you gotta put on your player hat, and then for example, if you meet da 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 da, woo, woo, but this motherfucker doing crack. Like maybe this motherfucker ain't, but damn, this nigga knows about crypto like a motherfucker. This nigga's like, okay. All right, boom. But I'm not doing that crack shit, or. But I'm saying like, like that, because at the end of the day, there's bad nurses, there's bad doctors, there's bad teachers, there's bad, there's good and bad in everything, if that makes any sense. So this motherfucker could be a bad crypto motherfucker. So yeah. But that all comes with the game though, which is knowledge, and meaning like going back to what you said, like staying out of people's business, you're so focused on other people's
It's
shit.
hard. Like it's hard not to like pay attention to other people.
Yeah.
Like admit it, it's
No,
hard.
no. It's I don't give a fuck about nobody else.
Like social media, like you see other people on social media and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like not like up in their business, but like you can't help but see other people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like damn, he just bought like oh boy bought a Porsche.
Yeah.
Like damn, I wonder what he do.
Yeah.
Like damn, that nigga has damn like he. But I'm the type of like I'll watch the YouTube and like it, and I'll like damn that nigga keep going. It ain't none of my business how the fuck you doing it. I went, type shit. This nigga bought 2 Porsches in a month. Social media influencer or whatever. Old cat. But at the end of the day, it's like I'm not boss to, unless I could bring something to the table, But if it ain't no weird shit, better not be no weird shit. But yeah, no, I guess But if you're doing bad though, that's another thing though. When you're doing bad, I guess it could be like challenging to, because if you're doing bad, you're gonna hate. Just put it there. If you're doing bad, you're gonna fucking feel some type of way, You're gonna hate. You're like, man, this motherfucker. But you shouldn't be like that though. You should just be like, I'm gonna work harder, on myself.
The only thing that I feel weird about is like with people who are like just weird. Like when the weird people like get it. You know what I mean?
Like when they're doing drugs and fucking partying.
Literally,
and they get
they're
rich.
doing everything wrong and they're still getting it. That's the only time that I like feel weird about it, where I'm like,
I don't think that shit lasts though. You know what I mean? Like if you're like scamming people, robbing people, or doing drugs and turning up and treating people bad, I don't think it lasts, because OG people always tell me the higher they go, the harder they fall. So
I mean, look at Diddy.
Look at Diddy. Man, I ain't go. Hey, shit. I ain't gonna talk about that nigga, but boy, that's fucking true. That's fucking true right there. That motherfucker. If that shit's true, god
But
damn,
still,
boy.
it's annoying,
Mm-hmm.
when you're like doing the right thing, like trying so hard to like be good. It's like they're just having their way, especially with girls. I feel like it happens more with girls.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. That's life is easy. Hey, you mind your business, life gonna be easy. You know what I mean? You mind your business, life will be definitely easy for sure. And that just goes back to holiday talk, man. Holiday talk and how to maneuver with family, friends, the world, And then the day, you mind your business, everything will be good.
Yeah, and the holidays. I don't. Are you talking about like Christmas?
Yeah, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's.
I feel like people need to like. Christmas is not about like gifts, you know. Like yeah, it's nice to get gifts on Christmas, but it's like Christmas is about like family coming together, and I just think that you should just keep everything negative, anything about work, like literally anything about just other stuff, just keep it to yourself during the holidays, you know?
It's true.
Like it should literally just be about like
It's
love
true.
and like
It's true.
embracing family.
That's true.
Family, friends,
Yeah.
just love.
You never know. You never know what a motherfucker's up to.
Literally.
You never know. Motherfucker could have been at World War fucking 3. If fucking goddamn,
Literally.
That's true. That's true. That's so true. Yeah. That's so true. Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Like it's not about that.
And if you can't hold it together, don't come around. you know? If you can't keep it together, don't come around.
Also, like if you don't want to be around people, like it's okay.
It's okay.
Like it's okay.
Yeah, because you got to protect your energy, you know? And the
Like-
worst thing, that's why I said the worst thing to do is like come and create a dark cloud on somebody, you know? That's fucking that's so like horrible to do, you know?
Like even
That's
if
so-
people like put, because I know a lot of people like have
Inconsiderate.
problems with this, like going where to go on the holidays. Like, do I really want to go over there? Like,
Yeah,
or
I've
like
been there.
people that
I've been there before.
people that are like together.
Mhm.
Like
I've been there before. Like, damn. But I I don't ever like, I don't cause no drama. Will never cause some drama. Never. Never cause no drama, Definitely. And about that scary shit too, though, I was thinking about that because I was scared of my dad. Shout out my dad. Me and the homies were scared of that nigga too, man. That nigga was a block monster. We'll be in the crib, right? Playing video games and shit, all the thugs. Shout out my thugs. They know who I'm talking about. And Pops would come off of work and everybody would just run outside of the backyard, be scared as hell, you know what I mean? And, I really thank my dad for scaring me.
definitely, if you're not scary as a dad, that's weird.
I think shout out my dad for scaring the shit out of me. Cause if he didn't scare the shit out of me, I probably would have been in prison. I probably would have been a crackhead ass nigga out here just doing dumb shit, treating people like whoever, you know what I mean? Disrespectful, So I really think that, and this goes back to your girl too. You know what I mean? Shout out OGP. He said, if your girl ain't scared of you, bruh, that's bad, bro. That's just like a dad. You know what I mean? Think about it. Bruh, if you ain't scared of your nigga, you gonna do whatever. You gonna cheat on that nigga. You gonna fucking go off and sneak off and do drugs, do some sneaky shit behind this nigga back. You fucking, and and vice versa. Shit. If you ain't scared of your bitch, you know what I mean? She might poison my ass, No, not that deep. Not that deep. But, yeah. But on that level, like, yeah, I really think that because, as a man, you know what I mean? You're supposed to be very stern and disciplined so, people don't get out of line or out of pocket, you know what I mean? Not on no motherfucking.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean like.
Yeah.
I already know what you're about to say.
Go ahead, say it. Because we're on the same wavelength.
Like, I'm
Like
scared for my life.
Yeah, like a prison guard.
Like,
That's what I was about to say.
Beat up every day.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Like a prison guard.
I have to sleep in the dog cage tonight.
That ain't funny. Because there's situations like that. Damn. That ain't funny because there's situations like that.
I feel like it should be more of like a, I'm scared to disappoint you.
Yeah. Yeah. You know?
Or like, I'm scared to disrespect you.
I ain't
I'm
gonna lie.
scared to make you look bad.
Yeah. I was scared of my dad. I ain't gonna lie. Nigga, I was scared of that nigga, man. A nigga gonna get my ass. You know what I mean? Jeepers, creepers. I even got more scared that nigga got stabbed up and survived and shit after that fucking crazy shit. I was like, this nigga is a gladiator. But yeah. So, you know, and you were scared of your dad as well.
Oh yeah.
For sure. You would tell me the nigga's a fucking monster. So
it's like a sneaky.
Yeah.
Like a silent but deadly.
You know, and look how people turn out when they don't have people that, you know what I mean, check their ass.
They do drugs.
Yeah. You know, so I really think yeah. That's you know. I'll be lying, but I threw a party at the house though, and hey, we had a good thing. My mom, she found the secret notepad of shit, and one of the things was, if Pops pull up, we gotta jump that nigga. There was rules and regulations on the notepad, and one of it, they're glad I didn't write it down on this one particular, but that nigga pull up, we gonna jump his ass. The homies know. Shit. But even at the house party, the thugs were like, bruh, nah, because, you know, niggas was beefing and shit. And they was like, nah, bruh, nah. Like, you know. Oh, shit. Let me redo that. Yeah. Prince's dad. You know. It was, hey, nah, we ain't gonna do that because his pops, you know. Mm-hmm. So, you know, you do shit, and with the law, you are scared. You don't want to get caught because the law gonna kick your ass, you know? So I don't want to break the law. I don't want to drive too fast because why? Because motherfucker gonna kick your ass. So, not like kick your ass, but you know what I mean. Yeah, that's that holiday talk. Same thing, the holiday talk, man. You know, so yeah, man. Because I know people got people. You know, people lack. You know, common sense that really ain't common anymore. You know, and you know it's kind of hard too, as well. Like I said, because people go through shit. You know, whether if it's work. You know, life, relationships, you know. It's tough, man. It's tough. It's so tough. It's so tough. But, you know, one thing for sure, and you wake up, you got another opportunity to do something amazing, do something great, you know, and don't quit. You see, I just got back to the podcast, working, grinding, of course, you know, putting in that footwork, setting a demonstration, but don't quit, you know. And it's not other people's job to understand, you know. It's not your job to have other people understand, you know. Whatever you're doing, it's not their, you know. It's not, you know. So what? They don't see the vision. They don't see the vision. It's you know, it's your vision. It's your vision. So, you know, if your holiday season come around, oh, what do? You know, how like, you know, like. They don't see the vision. They don't see it, you know. Keep grinding. Have a 5-year plan, 10-year plan, you know. They don't see it. They don't see it, man. Definitely. Motherfuckers making $1 million on these podcasts. Millions and millions of dollars. Millions. You don't see the vision? People making millions of dollars starting a business, construction business. You don't see the vision? People see millions of dollars making pies. You don't see the vision? Millions of dollars barrel racing. You don't see the vision? millions and millions of dollars, become an actor. You don't see them. You don't see them. You don't see my vision on the YouTube. Not me in particular, but people, doing YouTube. Millions and millions of dollars streaming. Shout out, Pork Chop. He's gonna be big time. Trust me. You'll remember. Young cat. He's streaming. You don't see the vision. It's not people's job to see the vision. It's not people's job to be along the journey, and you know what I mean. Like, they saying negative shit. You know what I mean. Holiday season, and you know what I mean. Like, let that shit be. But if you out here doing some crackhead shit, you know what I mean. Stop it though. Stop that shit. Definitely stop that. Definitely. And we all know what crackhead shit is. Disrespecting people, hating on people, harming yourself. I should put that on top of the list. Harming yourself. And yeah, man. Yeah. Just keep it player. Just keep it player. Play your role, play your part. You know what I mean? Some people need to be acted on. Some people need to be, some people need to be acted on, Some people need that Denzel Washington role played on their ass. Somebody need that Denzel Washington motherfucker role played on their ass. Play that motherfucker. Definitely. But I'm glad we got back to it though. I was like very excited. Definitely. I was very, very excited. Very, very. I was thinking about it all day, honestly. 100%. But yeah, man. So more of the story is stay positive. 100%. Stay positive. I always say never always stay positive. Don't ever be negative. Take care of yourself. Work out. Please work out. Whether if it's push-ups, sit-ups, a walk. Like I said, you don't gotta be world's strongest, you know what I mean? But, take care of yourself, because that's how, when you work out, that's how your life will be, a little boom, and then you could handle your priorities and reach a different altitude, definitely. And, get better. You get better. It's very important. And chase your dreams. Like I said, chase your dreams, because tomorrow's never promised. It could be that next day. It could be that next day. You boom, boom, boom. You feel me? It could be that next day. Boom. And don't beef with family, man, during holiday season. Don't beef with family. Give them some leniency. If you're religious, pray for people. Definitely 100%, because people are going through things. And be kind. Definitely be kind. And even though I know it's hard, don't beat yourself up, because I know you're also going through things as well. And trying to grow and learn, whether it's being an adult for the first time, chasing opening up a business for the first time, or again, or being grandparents for the first time, or being a big brother for the first time, being a big sister for the first time, being a mother for the first time, being a father for the first time, so take your time and pace yourself, because it's your pace, your race, and give yourself some leniency as well, and yeah. I think we definitely hit all the points. Short, simple, sweet. Really though. And we're gonna keep this podcast this marathon going as usual. And yeah, like, subscribe, tell a friend, Stream when you're working out. Stream when you're cooking, you're cleaning, or going on a walk. Work, or in the mornings, get through your day. At night, before you go to sleep. You know what I mean? Just a friendly reminder that you're human, or if you're an animal. Yeah. So yeah. So anything missing? Holiday season, family, and shoot. Yeah. That was a good one. Back at it. So like I said, stay tuned. More things on the way, you know. And I hope everybody has a great holiday season, and handle family the right way accordingly, and um, do something new. Go after your goals. Tomorrow's never promised. Like I said, I can't say that enough. And stay positive, and pit paint where it ain't. You know what I mean? Yeah. Let's go after new goals, baby. So we're gonna head it on out like how we always do. It's always a treat when players meet podcast, starring your host, Prince the P, the P, the P, the P, the P, the P. Happy holidays, everybody, in the new year. Happy New Year. And we out.